NATO spent all of the post game of the Alabama BYU game talking about we played chess, regression. Did you really think that Mark Sears was a 14% shooter? Only for his team to then shoot 25% from three. Mark Sears to go 2 for 12 from the floor and 1 for 3 from the free throw line and lose to Duke by 20 points on a night where Alabama only scored 65 points. Tough pill to swallow. A game that we all expected to be as exciting offensively as Alabama BYU was. Did not play out that way. Alabama just couldn't make shots. Phylon was good. Everybody else was bad or iffy at best. On the Duke side, another lights out performance. They dominated inside, they dominated outside, they took care of the basketball. They just did everything that a national championship winning team needs to do, leaving no doubt against a Final Four team with an All American like Alabama. What's your reaction to Duke's 20-point win?
Just this is the best team in the sport, making good teams look bad. That they had the ability to do that. And this is what it is. I want to actually start here. Uh, there's a lot of like jokingly comparisons made on this one, but if there was a Drew Holiday in college basketball form, it actually would be Sion James. That dude is ridiculous. He had Mark Sears seeing ghosts. There was nothing that Mark Sears could do about it. And if Mark Sears is like 6'1", maybe six foot, 6'1", something like that. You put like a 6'5" strong guy like Sion James on him, and that dude just shuts off the water on folks. The fact that Shire was able to grab him in the portal and just fit him in and be exactly what this team needs is special. Tyrese Proctor had a bounce back game after not playing well in the last one. Con Knipple is like the second guy on this team after Cooper Flag, and he's just like this guy who absolutely gets to the spot he wants to go to, and he's a knockdown shooter. If you do by chance find a way to get past the guards of the wings, welcome to man at the rim. That's got to be fun to deal with. Oh, and then how could I forget to mention this? They have Cooper Flag. So I mean, I'd call it what you want. It's going to take a special performance to beat this Duke team. And what Bama did was not special.
Yeah, maybe my best way to do this would be to go guy by guy, sort of how you did, and just give a takeaway that I found myself observing in this. But before I do that, Khan got the Ken Palm MVP, 21 points. He was sensational. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals in 35 minutes. We are a far way away from in the non-conference in November when you and I were upset that Khan had such a big role. He's just shut us up and earned every bit of this. He's sensational. I also feel like Khan's the only player in the country. I'd like to throw this out there. I wish he had his own producer tag. Like every time Khan gets like a 2 feet spin move bucket, I feel like in the arena it should just drop like a convict music, like one of those. It'd be great. Uh,
Con.
yeah, something like that, like Knipple. Uh, so this is my takeaway. Sometimes some of the greatest college basketball teams in our lives, I think, we're 31 and 32, not to expose ourselves. You can guess which one's older, but I think it's obvious. But the point is, through our 32 years of watching this sport, I think there are quite a few teams we would look back on and say that team is all time great. That in the moment, maybe we didn't realize how great they are. And then once these guys popped up and became NBA superstars, it's like, oh my God, how good was that team? Like even the undefeated Kentucky team, we knew how good they were, but like there's certain other versions you could pick at. I don't have great names off the top of my head. I think this Duke team is that. And this was the greatest example game of that because you go position by position. This is an Alabama team, by the way. National title good. Final Four participant last year. Brought pieces back. They're old. They got all Americans. Theoretically, guy by guy for Alabama, top to bottom, people said that might be the most talented roster in the sport this year. And Mark Sears was, this isn't positionally perfect, but I'm just going to go there because it's like backcourt guy for backcourt guy. Mark Sears is a fifth-year senior who had no impact on this game, while meanwhile Duke's freshman guard Con Knipple was destroying them.
Mm.
Cliff Amorie, fifth year, everybody in the portal wanted him. Toughness, physical monster, gets you 4 points and 2 rebounds, Meanwhile, Man, who's barely able to rent a car, is flying around looking like Rudy Gobert. And then Grant Nelson, I'm actually glad he got the block because we talked about it in the pregame. But like Grant Nelson's probably the only dude in the country that physically matches up decently with Cooper Flag. He
Mhm.
did. He held his own as well as he possibly could have in this game to the tune of 10 points on 10 shots, 4 fouls, while Cooper Flag busted his ass. Like, what are you supposed to do if all your fifth year, 23-year-old dudes who have dominated this sport at a bazillion different levels are just flat out worse than Duke's 17-year-olds? Do you not see where this is headed? Like,
Yeah, it's just one of them teams, man. It's one of them teams, regardless of what happens to it. Like it's get the weak ACC year out of this. This put this team in the best years in the ACC. They run through that shit.
yeah.
They're just that good.
Honestly, I'm looking back. How the hell did Clemson beat this team?
The floor, the floor was slippery.
It was the floor, wasn't it? It was.
The floor was slippery. That's about it.
Yeah, that is about it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Do you like the way Duke's running rotations right now? They've gone pretty top heavy, but Caleb Foster's back involved. I thought he actually did some good things in this game. Basically, Gillis and Evans are out of it for the most part now. Do you like this recipe for the Final Four?
Yeah, I do. Let's not mess around. If there's not like some foul trouble issue or something like that, then I would just rock out like this.
Yeah, I feel like Shire's pulling the right strings, pressing the right button.
Dyer's coaching his ass off.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
White Mike.
Crazy. Crazy. Anything else on this?
Duke fans, F y'all. Y'all are so lucky. This team is nasty, and like every 5 years, y'all just get one of the nastiest teams of all time. It's gotta be fun. Like you get those cute little like fun little sneaky years where like you gotta watch like Ryan Young be your center. With all due respect to Ryan Young, great part of the brotherhood, but like then you just run it back with like Cooper Flag, Man, Con Knipple, and then Tyrese Proctor in year three.
Yeah.
Also, Tyrese has been hooping.
Yeah. Really good. Everybody on Duke has shut me up if I had doubts, but I haven't had doubts since November. So, like, it's playing true to who they are, I think. It's weird. This is something I feel like we're seeing from a lot of people right now. Do you notice that, like, the consensus masses of college basketball fans are loving this Duke team and they don't know how to handle it?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
going through that too? Because it's not fun, like, loving Duke, but I love this Duke team.
I've actually enjoyed it very much. I
They're
enjoyed it
really
very much. I
likable.
I enjoyed it very much because a lot of the things that make me hate Duke are like sometimes player related. Like with all due respect, there's Duke players on this team. I don't know who's a Duke guy.
Like none of
I,
these guys. You think everyone on Duke is not a Duke guy?
I pointed it out. Like I stopped. Like I didn't enjoy watching. Like the players that didn't want me in on Duke this year don't play. Like I was like, okay, I'm out on this team if this team's running Caleb Foster. They don't. So I'm in. Been in since he's been out the rotation. Now he's actually back in the rotation doing things. So like there I am again.
Playing good. Yeah,
Yeah, like
right.
what do we do? F this team, man. Like I mean that with respect. F y'all. Y'all are that good. This team should win a national title. It's one of the best teams I've seen in my guess how many years I've been alive life.
How will you remember Mark Sears?
Uh, phew. So I saw this floating around, and I actually feel like I agree. Is he the best Alabama college basketball player of all time?
Whoa, I didn't expect that. Maybe. No, Brandon Miller's better.
Brandon Miller played 1 year and didn't take Bama to a Final Four.
Mark Sears played what, 3 years?
Did he play two or three?
Played three, I think.
Let me check this. Oh, he played 3 years at Bama.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he's the best Alabama college basketball player of all time.
God, that's crazy. I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So I
thought you might
thought
go a different way because I'm gonna remember Mark Sears as like a this year was not what it was supposed to be guy.
that's fair.
I mean,
It,
he dropped from a 44% three-point shooter to a 34% three-point shooter this year.
we're talking about AP first team All American Mark Sears.
Good year, I guess. Good year.
That just
Good,
feels weird saying that, but
good
like
year.
I
Good
hear
year.
what you're saying.
What's the over/under on years until Nate Oates wins a national title?
With Bama,
Well, he doesn't want Maryland. He wants everyone to know that.
I think that Nate Oates might win an NBA title before he wins a national title in college basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Nate Oates will win a national championship in the next, I'll go safe, next 8 years
I'd set the over/under on 4 years, and I'd take the under.
on winning a national title.
Only a matter of time for Oates.
Okay.
I feel emboldened on that by the way this tournament run went.
Okay. I respect that.
Yeah.
It is March, and that means that March Madness is upon us. And if you are looking for a place to play, Underdog Fantasy has you covered. Sign up and deposit using code SLEEPERS, that's code SLEEPERS, to receive up to $1,000 in bonus credit plus a free pick. Head over to Underdog Fantasy today and use promo code SLEEPERS to take advantage of this amazing offer.